Welcome to INTEX Millwork Hampton rake rail installation video. Please note when putting together your bill of materials that each rake rail section will require a level rail kit and stair rail hardware to complete the entire assembly.
Place the PVC bottom rail next to the newel post and mark the length and angle of the stair section. Cut the appropriate PVC components to the measured angle and length. Prior to cutting the lower rail aluminum reinforcement to length, attach the L bracket to one end of the extrusion. Measure your finished rake run and cut the aluminum reinforcement at the other end on the matching angle 3/8 of an inch shorter than the finished opening. This 3/8 of an inch difference will allow for the flat bracket and the protruding screw heads from it. Drill a 3/16 inch weep hole at the low end of the aluminum reinforcement and fasten the aluminum assembly back to both newel posts using the 3-inch hex cap rail attachment screws.
So for baluster spacing on your top and bottom rail, you have two options in terms of laying out your balusters. You can follow our 4 7/8 inch dimple pattern on the bottom side of your lower rail and your baluster cap, which will set your spacing at 3 3/4. Or you can turn the rail over and splay your balusters however you would like for your custom application.
With the calculated angle for the stair run, cut the balusters from long point to long point on the matching angle. In doing this, it will remove the factory supplied dimples on the center of the baluster. Running a small pilot hole to create a new dimple may ease your installation. Be sure to leave the baluster lengths as long as possible to ensure code compliance for finished height. When building the ladder assembly of the Hampton rail install, it will be important to have a flat table and a piece of lath to offset and center your balusters. When installing through the bottom rail, you will use an 1.5 inch baluster lock screw and a 2.5 inch baluster screw to secure it. Through the top rail baluster cap, you will put a single 2.5 inch baluster screw centered in the assembly down through the top rail. It is critical that you center the 2.5 inch baluster screw through the top rail due to a future assembly that we will talk about later in the video. Place the PVC ladder assembly over top of the aluminum extrusion and press down so it's firmly seated. Install the top aluminum reinforcement in the same fashion as the bottom, using the 3-inch hex cap rail attachment screws to anchor back to the post. Now that your top and bottom aluminum reinforcements have been secured to your post, drill a 3/16 inch pilot hole off-center through the aluminum reinforcement over every third baluster and secure the aluminum to the rail and the baluster assembly using a 2.5 inch baluster screw.
Once your top rail aluminum has been installed in your full rail assembly, run a bead of latex caulk around the contact points of your top rail and snap your rail together, securing your compression fit. If you choose to mechanically fasten the PVC top cap to the rest of the top rail assembly, simply run a pilot hole at the ends and the center of your top rail and fasten this system with the provided screws. And that wraps up our rake rail installation video. If you have any further questions, please reference our online video library or contact us directly in our office. Thank you.